Estate Roundup
with Realtor Nagaraj Annaya every Sunday from 12:30 p.m. to 1 p.m. PST on Bolly 92.3 FM.
The best time to buy a home is always 5 years ago. Sound advice from musician Ray Brown on the value of investing in a home, a sentiment that has been seconded by all experts in this field. And if you've been postponing taking steps to do this, no worries, we've got your back and an intro to the man who can find you your dream home. Namaskar, Bay Area. I'm Vijay Lakshmi, and you're listening to Real Estate Roundup with Nagaraj Annaya, your trusted Bay Area tech realtor and the founder of nagarajhomes.com. Each week, I talk to him about what's trending in real estate and all you need to know to make inroads to your dream home. So join us with your questions all about home buying, selling, investing, and refinancing. The number in the studios on Bolly 92.3 FM, it's 408-912-5038. That number 408-912-5038. And we're also live on Nagaraj Annaya's YouTube channel. That's Nagaraj Annaya, the handle. And now it's also on Bay Area Realtor or Santa Clara Realtor. Wherever you look on the YouTube channel, it's there. You can catch us there, give us a shout out, and put your questions in the comments section, and we will take it from there. So keep those questions coming in, 408-912-5038, while I get talking to Nagaraj. Happy Sunday, Nagaraj. Hello and welcome.
Happy Sunday to all the listeners out there, and Vijay Lakshmi, happy Mahashivratri to all the listeners out there.
Happy Mahashivratri, and may the auspicious, season and day sort of bring abundance to all our listeners out
Yesterday
there.
I was in the temple at 12 o'clock in the midnight, and one priest was telling me the southwest direction, regarding the southwest direction. Okay. The Kerala in India is a southwest. It means a money making, and in US it is Seattle.
Oh,
where Bill Gates is born.
I see.
Just came into my mind like how the southwest we talk about not so much good, but southwest I was telling me there's a money making things.
Oh, okay. So people should keep that in mind. You never know.
Yeah, it's just a tip.
Yes, absolutely. And you are quite the man of the hour. I saw this article in Mercury News all about what makes Nagaraj Annaya special and helping first-time home buyers navigate the Bay Area housing market. So congratulations on that.
Thank you. It was more about the discussion about how the market is progressing this year and what to expect, and why this trend is still, the Bay Area market is still going high, and why we are not seeing a declining compared to other places. That was all about the market update it was quite a good thing, which captures what's will be the outlook of the Bay Area market update.
Very nice. And talking about the progress of the Bay Area market, a report this week actually says that the California's population actually dropped by more than 500,000 people in the span of the past 2 years. And so I just wanted to run this by you. What are your thoughts on this?
I think nobody doesn't talk. I think, always old moves out and a new comes in. That's expected. Okay, that's happening in the Bay Area from the long time. But nobody talks about how the Bay Area is overpopulation always. And how tough all the housing laws has made us to build any new constructions. Okay, and number of people coming into you, especially in California or the Bay Area, right? Nobody is talking about that. I just go with one math. Every year, almost close to 80 to 90,000 H1B itself come to US. You think about even 10% are coming to California. The rough math, right? And how many F1 visas are coming in?
Right.
How many move to the California?
Yeah.
So I think it's just too much into it, basically, but they never talk about what is happening on the behind in this, right? They never capture the data, how much is overcrowd, and how tough is to the housing laws has made in. I was remodeling one house. It almost took me 2 years to build to complain to the city. So it's just tough to even do the remodeling.
Yeah.
Because they want to, it's not an issue with the city wants to make sure whatever you build according to the standards.
Mm-hmm.
So right, so it takes a time. Any remodeling takes a time, any construction goes into as takes a time.
Yes.
I was reading one more report in the Los Altos Hill. Okay, there's a 3 acres lot. Okay, homeowners want to build a 20 units of basically kind of a condos and
Mm.
couple of single family homes in there.
Okay.
But he's having a hard issues to run through the city's all the rules and
Regulations.
regulations.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So what he's trying to do is he's trying to use a builder's remedy law. It's a new law which came into an perspective, like which is still in the discussion, or like I don't know what's the status currently. Builder's remedy law. So it
Yeah.
is basically whatever you want, you can build. Okay, that is
Yes.
still it's going on. So all this takes some time.
Mm-hmm.
Number of homes also is like less. So I think this is the same thing. I was talking to a couple of buyers. Nagaraj, I saw this report. Do you expect the home values to go down?
Mm.
I was telling them the same thing. Did you see the how many people, how much overcrowd is the especially a Bay Area here?
Yes.
And
So
I'm
it's
seeing,
really the tip. I mean, it's like a drop in the ocean,
yeah,
literally, like of
one
people.
house in Millipitas was listed for 1.35.
Mm-hmm.
We thought like there must not be much traction is not coming in. It's just 1,200 square foot, and house was like in a average thing. Okay, it needs a lot of upgrades in, but that house was sold for 100K more than the list price. That was
Uh-huh.
last week.
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
that was in the great schools in the Millipitas.
Mm-hmm.
And one more on the other part of the Millipitas, there was like house was listed for 1.33. They got few offers, 8 offers, but the sellers wanted something around 1.65 range.
Mm-hmm. I see. Uh-huh.
But the house is still sitting in because seller wanted more than what the it's currently going in. If
Mm.
you're asking for more than what you want right
Yeah.
now, it might not sell immediately.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah,
yeah,
that
you can give out the number.
Yes, let me give out the number, folks. If you're just joining us, we're live on 92.3, Bolly 92.3 FM. Studio lines are open for your calls and a conversation on Bay Area real estate. If you've been watching the world go by, wondering if this is a good time for you to jump in and what are the pitfalls or otherwise, and just don't go by the news reports. We're trying to analyze everything here, and that's with Nagraj Anaya, your trusted Bay Area realtor who has a pulse on the Bay Area market. So he's here to help you and walk you through any and all aspects of real estate. Just give us a call, 408-912-5038. That's 408-912-5038. And now there are 3 YouTube channels as well that Nagraj, you've really come up. One is with your name, Nagraj Anaya.
One is Nagaraj Anaya. It
Yeah.
captures about all about the market, real estate market
Yeah.
in the US and tries to be in generic mode. The another one is like just focusing on the Santa Clara. What is happening? Planning. My plan is to come up with each city's handles so that way we can give the updates on each cities.
Oh,
So
okay.
that is why I just started with the Santa Clara. Going forward in few months, I'll add all the cities so that way I can capture the reports based on the cities. So
Wow.
instead of just capturing on generic what is happening.
Specific, yeah.
So that is the one thing.
Targeted
Two
news.
additional channels right now. One is the Santa Clara, and the second one is the Bay Area real estate. So
So
that
our
will
show is now streaming on Nagraj Anaya.
right now is streaming on the Nagaraj Anaya handle.
Okay.
But if you
So
want to have the report specific to the Santa Clara, just subscribe to the Santa Clara channel. And if you want to in general what's happening in the Bay Area, subscribe for Bay Area also.
And so there you have it. And any step that you're taking towards real estate, remember nagarajhomes.com should be your first stop and step. That's NAGARAJ homes.com, and to get you started along your way. And of course, keep your questions coming in, 408-912-5038, while we have Nagraj on air, and you can discuss whatever's on your mind real estate wise, because you'd be doing a favor to the community at large. They all may have the same questions.
True.
So feel free to voice that, and most welcome to join us in this conversation. So Nagraj,
I think
talking
before
about
jumping in, I think let me give you a couple of market reports, how it is
Yeah.
going in. Let's
Okay.
take an example of the Santa Clara in January 2023, how it is going in, right? Like it is like the closed sales right now, this month in January alone was 20.
Mm-hmm.
And last month in December, it was 25. Okay.
Okay.
Median sale prices were around close to 1.5 million. And the median days on the market was 17 days compared to a 10 days in the December.
Oh, okay.
The new listings coming up in January was 27, and but it was in the December was 12. That was expected due to the holidays. Right, average sale per square feet, you can see it went to $1055, but the last month was at $1037. So we can see the prices, but compared to a last year ago, it was at $1226. So compared to the last year, I keep saying the prices have gone $200 in the Santa Clara area alone. That's why I was telling you, can't compare this one to the last year. Let's compare the same thing to a Sunnyvale right now. Right, in the Sunnyvale, it is like closed sales was 18, but unlikely, like in December month, it was 25. And if you see, this is a good indication. Median sales price in January was 2.18 million. Okay, but in the December, it was 2.01 million.
Okay.
So it's almost like 180K difference in January.
Yeah.
Right, and median days in the market was 13 and 9 in the December, and new listings, okay, in the Sunnyvale it was like 38, and the last month was like December was 10.
Oh, okay.
Right,
so December you can pretty much discount because it's
it's a discount, but compare the average per square footage in the December, last year was $1,400, but this year January was $1,100.
Oh, okay.
Compared to the last year, its price is down, but compared to the last month, price is better.
Okay.
So that's what I was telling. The market is slowly bit changing.
Yes.
What's focused, like basically turning from the buyers to more towards the seller, but it's a slow turn which is going to happen. It doesn't happen to be instantly, but as I keep saying, the right price, what you're going to list or what is the sellers is expecting, that's what it matters in. And earlier also I had shared you one of the home in Dublin.
Yeah.
Was listed for 1.3, I think 29. Okay. We put an offer for 1.32, but the other buyer came in, went into a 1.35. Okay. And I told the seller, we are still interested, take it as our backup offer.
Okay.
And the buyer who went with the highest offer, right, he was not able to perform.
Oh,
he got a cold fit. Okay, but since I was in close connection with the seller, my buyer was able to get that home for 1.32.
Okay.
Right, so what does it say is always try. Okay, and never lose your hope. Sometimes your first offer might get accepted. Sometimes it is like it might take few homes to get into know how it is a market for you, because you might be a bit scared to what is the right price to go for it. Right, so you try for a couple of homes, then you feel bad, oh, I'm losing my all the offers, this is not the right time, let me come back next year.
Right,
I've seen a couple of buyers doing like that, but
don't do that, keep at it.
Don't do it. It's like sometimes you are lucky to get your first offer accepted. Sometimes it takes some time, because it's always a realtor works with you to the right price. But if you're not comfortable, what is your right price? And you're not always the only one buyer out there.
Yeah.
So for example, if you're going too much whole price, you might get it, but is it the right price? That's what you need to see, right? To get into it.
So do you help the buyer to come up with the price that they're going to offer?
See, but we can come up with some numbers with what is the right numbers, but depending on your qualifications and depending on what is the max price you want to go, right? We can't always go for the highest and best offer. So one of my client was trying to buy something in a Milipitas and a Beriasa area. They want to buy something around, Nagaraj, I want to buy something around 1.5 million. They started somewhere on October season. They were okay with the fixer upper homes and everything. Okay. That time almost the 1.3 homes were going on 1.4 million.
Mm.
But we were not able to get into it. We thought it's a higher price for them. They were not able to go it. But the same time, right now, if they want to go in to buy the same homes, are going for 1.7 and 1.8 million.
Oh.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Now buyers we sat around and we changed our strategy and our pricing also. We understood, okay, we can't get anything if you want to buy something on a Milipitas or a Fremont area.
Mm.
It is again depends on what is your requirements, right? I need
Yes.
2,000 square footage. Okay. I need a better schools because they already have one house, which is a condo house, like, but they want a single family home.
Mm.
Now they want a bigger backyard and now they want a better schools. So your requirements has gone up.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So you can't get anything for a 1.5 now. So whatever your requirements, based on that, you need to pay for it. If anything around 1,200, 1,300, it might go under 1.5 million, but that might not work out for you.
Mm-hmm. Very
It
true.
all comes down to what is your requirement.
Yes. Yeah.
So I was helping out one more buyer, like their requirement was like just straightforward. Their requirement was not schools immediately. They were saying, Nagaraj, I want to buy something around 1.7 million. Schools around 7 is okay for me.
Mm.
We saw the first home, we were able to put into offer. We were able to go into a contract with 70K more than the list price.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. It's always the requirements what you drive.
Mm-hmm.
First home might be not your perfect home. But the second home, when you go into it, you should make sure like what you're going to buy and what is your requirement.
Requirements. Uh-huh.
So one of the buyers made the same mistake. Like he was staying in a condo, 2,000 square foot home.
Mm.
But he was telling me, Nagaraj, I want to keep my condo, but I want to go buy the second house, which is but my price point is this much. I guided them, no, I think because you're staying in this bigger house, you need to go up a little bit more for your requirements in the Santa Clara. No, I want to stay with this budget. And they bought the smaller house. After they bought the smaller house, they thought, okay, let me sell the other house now. They already committed they bought the smaller, they're selling. If the same thing, if they had planned to sell the first home,
yes,
you could have got a better square footage.
That's right.
Or a bigger square footage.
But that is always a question, right? What do you do? Whether you sell first and then buy, or you buy first and then sell later. Because I've seen people who, once they sell and then they're hoping to get, in the future buy the home, but then they end up just being where they are. So
no, I think that's a great thing. Okay, see, you should be clarity on what you want. Correct? Because you already stayed in a 2,000, for example, you stayed in a 2,000 square footage. Okay, but your family is growing up. Let's assume you're an younger family, your family is growing up. You can't go to a smaller square footage home. You need to go for the bigger square footage home, right? But you're downsizing. Your kids all grown up. They're into colleges, or like they're already placed in somewhere else. Then you are maybe a downsizing because kids not coming to your house regularly. Maybe you're meeting in some holidays or somewhere. Then you are downsizing in. So what is the requirement drives in? Okay. If you want to upgrade to a bigger square footage, right? Then you need to consider the average, how much it can take into sell.
Okay.
Based on that, try to get something bigger for you. Buy first. Okay, don't go always assume this might sell for a higher price. Existing home, take an average out of it. Okay, based on that, go for your second home.
Okay.
But if you're thinking you're downsizing, and you have, it's all comes down to timing also, right? You have more time to find your home, and then you can do it. Then it's always you can do that way.
Right.
If you're in very urgent, you want to do, I think the second home, I think always you have more time to go for it. Not like you need to do it in, because already you're staying in the current home, right? Why you need to drive fast, or like why you need to make your decisions in fast.
There's no urgency so much.
So in that way, you need to sit with the realtor and discuss what is in your requirements, what the realtor is bringing to your table, what are the loan options keeping your current home. So that way you can buy your second home.
Very good to think through all of this. And
So
so
you need to
folks,
think,
yeah.
you need to bring everything into your table, discuss, get their opinions out there.
And nothing can help. I mean, having a good realtor to talk
It's the
you through
least
all of these
giving the person.
options.
You think I already bought my first home, I know what to buy your second home. I think that is because you are always thinking in what you need, but you bring in the other expert in there, he brings his perspective
Yes,
to him.
correct. He's worth his weight in
I
gold.
get some calls, Nagaraj, I already bought a house, I know what to buy.
Hmm.
But do you bring in everything what you have
Yeah,
already have?
consider all aspects.
All the aspects
Yeah.
into this, that makes a difference when you're buying a house or
Mm-hmm.
second house, and guide you properly, right?
Mm.
See, they might be thinking, I can buy something 2000 square footage in 1.5. Give them the realistic data. You can't buy anything for 2000 or 1500 square footage
Mm.
in a good areas around,
Yeah.
because the offices are opening up now. Okay, since the offices are opening up, I see that Apple,
Mm.
Amazon also just recently released a news saying that 3 days you need to come into office.
Correct. Mm-hmm.
So since all the Santa Clara, Sunnyvale, Cupertino's premises are opening up,
Mm.
all the surrounding South Bay prices goes up.
Yeah.
Okay, you can't stay in San Ramon and Dublin and commute every 3 days in a week,
To the South Bay. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
right? So in that way, we want to stay something in Fremont areas around. But your requirement is that like you are working from home always, then you need a better schools. You can go to San Ramon, Dublin, or you can go to Livermore, I think, or even you can go to Tracy Hills, Lathrop. It depends on what you want.
Mm-hmm.
Don't think about saving a cost of the realtor here.
Yeah.
Try to use your expertise to make it better for
That
you.
that is
Don't
penny
start
wise,
your
pound
negotiations with
foolish.
the realtor. Start a negotiation. See what the value adds he brings in.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's what it is, very, very important, because
Right.
let him do the hard part for him, right? Like let him bring in all the knowledge, what he is doing in, so that it's helpful for you.
Yes. Yeah, he is a subject matter expert, and he will guide you through all of the options and opportunities that you have in this arena. And of course, like I said, Nagraj is there, who's got very experienced in the Bay Area market. If you're looking to sell a home and you don't know where to start, what would be the ideal price point? Nagraj, you have on your website, nagrajhomes.com, there's a wonderful home evaluation report that churns out instantly and takes into consideration the homes in the neighborhood that
Yeah,
have
as soon as
sold.
the CMA is requested, I jump into it and I call them and tell them what's happening. In last week, couple of clients had called me up, sent requested for the CMA,
Mm-hmm.
and house was listed for 1 million. And I told them, boss, this might not sell for 1 million.
Mm.
It is listed for too low. Based on
Ah.
comparables, this might sell for 1.3,
Mm.
right? So it doesn't mean if it is listed for 900, okay, it will sell for 900. You need to, because they might have listed the home for a lower value to get more
More
bids,
people. Uh-huh.
right? So more bids means you get panic. Oh, boss, like it's going for so much price. Is it, I'm still in the consideration to buy a house or not?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think what you need to think about is, right, sometimes you can't afford to buy a single family homes.
Mm.
You can start with the condos or a townhouses, because to keep your price lower,
Yeah.
right? So that way you can stay closer to the office and you can work more.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I tell to my clients, I'm the happiest person you make more money.
Mm.
My clients make more money,
Yeah.
because when they make more money, they always come back to me.
Uh,
to, to get a bigger houses, right? Like, or
yeah.
a better things.
Yes, upgrade.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So always you need to go for what is your need in, right?
Mm-hmm.
You need to spend more in the office, or your work is like, or your skill set needs you to stay in the office, right? Stay something closer. It
Mm-hmm.
might be a condo,
Yeah.
comes into your budget, stay something in. Okay. After a few years, always you can upgrade.
Mm-hmm.
In
Yeah.
few years, you would have paid around 20%, or depending on, or 30%, depending on how much you're paying it.
Mm.
Always you can think about, after 2 3 years, when the rates drop, you can refinance it, put that
Yeah.
house as an investment property, Okay. And go for the other house where you can stay.
Right.
Real estate doesn't happen instantly, right?
Yeah.
It takes some time.
Mm-hmm.
You need to understand what's going on.
Yes.
For
Right.
now, instead of the rental, take some alternatives. Start now, okay, based on your requirements. Then later you can always upgrade.
Wow, there's so much to consider,
Yeah.
on this, and not take a hasty decision. And you have a person who can handhold you through all of the difficult considerations, and,
The
help
guy
you
give
to.
them the right information, right?
Yes.
See,
Yes.
one of my client bought a townhouse in 1.25. They started saying that I want to buy something under 1.2 Nagraj, okay, but I want to stay in Santa Clara area. I don't want to move out further.
Yeah.
Okay. Because they work in closer to Amazon or like the office which is in Sunnyvale, and so they wanted to stay something. I told them for 1.25 you can't get a great single family homes in Santa Clara or anything around. So only option for you is a townhouse.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
To tell you, I think let me give you a difference between a townhouse and the condos. Both the townhouse and condos are the same. Okay, means ownership is always a community home.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, only different that they call it as a townhouse, saying that nobody stays on top of the current house.
I
Okay,
see.
the land still doesn't belong to you. It's always a community home.
Nagraj, almost out of
Yeah.
time, but we will continue this conversation next Sunday. And thank you so much. In the meantime, folks, if you want to get in touch with Nagraj, it's always nagrajhomes.com, or you can call him at 408-805-4653. And of course, YouTube channel as well, Nagraj Anaya, or Bay Area Realtor or Santa Clara Realtor. The choice is yours. You can always get in touch with him, your trusted Bay Area Realtor. And on that note, thank you so much, Nagraj. This has been so enlightening, and look forward to chatting with you again next week.
Thank you so much. Bye.
On that note, Vijay Lakshmi for Bay Area Real Estate Roundup. Thank you for joining us. Namaskar.